Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Ben. Half of the footage that I recorded for this video specifically kinda got lost, and now I'm stuck here recording the same video twice. So I never thought this day would come where I just sit here and I talk about my shoe collection. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing for me, but I might as well do it because I have no better content to upload. Just a little heads up, I'm not going to be showing off both pairs of the shoes. I'm just going to be showing off the one pair because I have a shoe tree and I am not taking down the shoe tree with all my shoes on it just to show off both pairs and then put it back up. I'm not going to do that. Little disclaimer, I know I said the footage, half of it got corrupted. I'm actually editing the video right now and I just found out I couldn't finish the video because the first half got corrupted or lost, and now I'm dressed back up refilming it. I hate it. Might want to be weary about like what you're about to see in the shoes because they are pretty beat up, because I had these shoes from when I wasn't a sneakerhead. I wasn't a shoe person back in high school, so if you're gonna see damage on the shoes, don't blame me, blame it on my ignorance from high school. So let's get started. Jordan Retro 5 Pre-Grape. I'll show it right here. These shoes I am not too fond of, mostly because I rarely ever wore them. I only wore them with my like navy blue shoes or navy blue outfits. But story is that these shoes are the only ones that my dad actually didn't buy for me. He bought them for himself, and then we just forgot about them in storage, and then I took it and he told me to keep them. Jordan Retro 13 Black Hyper Royals. These were supposed to be the last pair of Jordans I ever bought. I bought these on a release day and my mom said, don't say no, because trust me, your family's full of sneakerheads. They're gonna keep buying Jordans, you're gonna keep buying Jordans. It's kinda in your blood. So truth be told, she was right. I did end up buying another pair that I'll show you guys later. And the story with these is that I was supposed to buy them the minute they released. I stayed up until 11:45. They were supposed to drop 12 in my time. And the problem is that I ended up falling asleep at around 11:45, around give or take. And when I woke up, I was in a bit of a panic because I checked Nike, Finish Line, Foot Locker. They didn't have these in stock. Luckily, I took a look at Champs. They had one last pair for me in my size 9. So took it, I reserved my spot, paid for it, and here they are. I did have a pair of Squadron 13s that I gave to my dad, but I didn't like the Squadron Blues as much as, you know, the Hyper Royals. So I actually recently gave him the Squadron 13s. The Jordan Retro 9 Statue Gold. These were the shoes I wore like pretty much with all my white outfits. I wore white a lot in high school. These are super beat up, especially the yellowing on the soles and the tearing. I'm not sure if you can see it on the shoe itself. Yeah. Keep in mind these are all cleaned up from all the dirt, but I can't restore all these scratches. I got these around 2016. No. Yeah, 2016 when I got into freshman year. And I didn't wear these as much as my Blackout 29, so that I'll be showing off later. Jordan Retro 12 Fibas. These are the shoes that got me into being a sneakerhead, because this was the first pair of shoes that I bought for myself. Because everything else was either hand-me-downs from my dad or he bought them specifically for me. And I took a look at these when I got them in person and I was like, oh, these are beautiful. I should take care of these, and a light bulb went off my head. I also replaced the aglets at the end with the gold chrome aglets because I wanted to fit the aesthetic of the white and gold. Jordan Retro 7 Bordeaux. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. Bordeaux, I keep hearing different pronunciations. But these were the shoes I wore like the most during my junior and senior year of high school. And you'll see that they're super beat up. The tearing there is because I would never take off my shoes back then with like my hands. I would never like take the time to just undo the shoe, take them off, and then put it back on, put the laces back on. I would actually just like get back home from school and then just like take them off with my feet. I would just like kick them off. I would like force them out with my other foot, and that's why the back part of this is destroyed. Other than that, I think they still look fine enough to wear. I know you guys are gonna be like a little bit iffy on like the tearing a bit, but it is what it is. Shoes are worn out. They're meant to be worn out. The Jordan Air Flight 1s. Stealth Red. Now, truth be told, these are the first pair of Jordans that my dad got for me, but these are not the first pair that you should be seeing. This is my second pair of this. I was looking for a second pair because my first pair, they didn't fit me. I wore them all throughout like middle school. Same with my Wolf Grays. And they didn't fit me anymore. They were like size 7. So I gave them to my sister, and I wanted them back just for like just because I wanted them back for my collection. And turns out she sold them. And I looked through everywhere for like 5 months just looking for this pair of shoes. And I found one last pair on Goat. This is the first pair of shoes I bought on Goat. And luckily they were in my size. And I was like so happy, I just immediately bought them. I didn't even put up an offer, I just bought them. And they're a little worn, but that's from the other seller. These aren't worn out by me because I kind of wore them like a few times. But I'm just glad to have them back, because these were one of my favorite pairs. I'm not sure if I put this in the second half of the video, but I'm going to say it right now. Like, all of these shoes are fitted with crease preventers, so they prevent creasing. So if you're wondering like why they look worn out, except for like the toe box that you'll see on my shoes a little bit, it's because they have the crease preventers inside, and I bought them recently. The Nike Air Force 1 Premium Mids. I actually didn't know how much of a big deal these were because I got these from my dad's friend. I don't actually remember why he gave these to me, but my friends were looking at these. They're like, dude, where'd you get those? I got them from my dad's friend, and they're like asking, where can I get those? Because these are super hard to find. I didn't realize how hard these were to find at all. I just got these as like a hand-me-down. Oh, I should probably fix the crease preventer on the inside. But I'm not sure if you can see it here, but these are the sample versions. Yep, you'll see it in that white text right there that says samples. Apparently the samples are supposed to be different than the actual like released versions. I don't know what the difference is, but these are the sample versions compared to the actual retail, and I actually don't know what the difference is. The Jordan Retro 1 OG Lasers. OG Retro. These ones aren't too beat up except for the yellowing at the bottom. I should probably restore that, but these are like one of my favorite pairs of shoes to wear because obviously I'm a big fan of the ones. And I got this with my Squadron 13s. It's not too much of a story to tell. I did wear them for like, I wore them fairly often, but not like really too much. But yeah, I just think this is a really nice shoe. The Jordan Retro 14 Black Ferrari. I actually hated the original 14s and I wanted this one specifically. But around the time that I was like into Jordans, I was getting around into getting Jordans. These were sold out like a month later after they released. So I got them on Goat, and The reason why I didn't like the 14s is because of the little stripes on the side, and I liked the texture, the suede, the carbon fiber at the ridges here. I just like that. Gotta admit, these look fresh. The Jordan Retro 4 White Cement 2016 release, 2015. Out of all my shoes, this is the one that my dad actually wanted back, and I told him no because I like the white cements. These are iconic. And these are like the one pair of shoes that I think look fine when they're beat up compared to when they're like fresh out the box. The yellowing isn't too bad, especially on the netting, but damage isn't too bad. I still wear these a lot nowadays with my white and gray outfits, and these are one of my more favorite shoes to wear, but I don't wear them too much because I rarely ever wear like white and gray. So here it is. The Jordan Retro 3 Powder Blues. I got these as a substitute for my Wolf Grade 3s that I gave to my sister, and she ended up selling. It's not much of a story here. I actually don't remember when I got these. I'm pretty sure I got these 2017, 2016? It has to be 2017 because I got the Blackout 29s and the Statue Gold 9s in my freshman year. I'd have to assume I got these my sophomore year, along with my Dunk From Above 4s and my Chicago Red 4s. The yellowing isn't too bad. You'll only see the yellowing on that little end here of the midsole or the sole. I don't know these terms. They're not too beat up. I did clean them up pretty well when I started getting into shoes. Yeah, so this is pretty much where the first half of the video is supposed to like cut off because I lost the footage, and I believe the second half of the footage includes me answering a text from my bassist. So I'll be back from there and you'll see like a complete difference as to like how the video should go. And if there's some parts missing, I'm sorry, I probably forgot to address them here, but I think they'll be addressed in later parts of the video. So I'll be back. I am back from answering a text from my bassist. Let's talk about the next shoe down the line. And these ones aren't even retros because I mistook these as retros. These are the Jordan Max R's. The main reason why I wanted to get these is because I don't really have a shoe in black and gold. Well, I do. It's the Statue 9. Yeah, the Statue 9s. But I wanted a really clean one that I would take care of. And, you know, here it is. I got these with my dad back in 2019 Thanksgiving Black Friday sale. And we were looking for Jordan Retros with his friend. And when we swung by, it was actually not during the weekend that they were doing the Black Friday sales, but actually of the week of. And the whole shtick with Jordans is that they go up on the shelves at Nike only on the weekends. We weren't there on the weekends. We were there on Thursday, I believe. Thursday or Wednesday. And all we found were like Jordan Retro 1s and 3s that we didn't even like. And that was the first time I actually went Jordan shopping with my dad. And there were some Jordans that I found, like the Jordan mids, the diamond mids that I liked, maybe also the 29s, but they weren't in my size. So we went into the mall over in Portland to buy some Jordans, and I saw these at Champs for maybe 80 bucks. And he just told me to get these because he thought these were like super nice for the 10s. And I think it was the 10s that we thought it was, and then we took a look closer at it, and these aren't the 10s, these are the Max R's. So that's a little stupid on me. Jordan Retro 6 Infrared Lows. I personally wear these during the summers or like the hot seasons, mostly because they're lows. They're pretty beat up, I would say so, especially the yellowing, but you know, these ones on the top of my priority of getting rid of the yellowing. And there's not really much of a story here, but Reason why my dad got the lows is because he didn't like the highs. He didn't like the tongue on the highs. And when he got these, they sold out within the same hour that they were released. And I don't know how. I don't know how he managed to get these, but these are really nice, and I honestly regret not taking care of my Jordans back in the day when I was in high school. And yeah, back in like 2019 when I got my FIBA 12s, that's when I started taking care of my shoes like seriously. That's when I got all into the whole Jordan shtick of taking care of your shoes and buying into like the hype kind of outfits and stuff. And that's not to say I was like one of the kids who was like, designer clothes. I did like designer clothes. The problem is that I was constantly wearing polos and like dress shirts, collar shirts, and ranch jeans. That, of course, wearing them with Jordans fit my style, but problem is that I looked nice in them, but it didn't feel my age. I was really out of touch with like the whole hype style that I was getting into, like the whole class style. I wanted to look classy, all that. So, not to sound like an old man, but just wanted to look my age. You know, a 20-year-old has to look like a 20-year-old. And a 16-year-old has to look like a 16-year-old. Why does a 16-year-old in high school dress like he's the CEO of Apple? And that's when I started like wearing clothes from like H&M, Supreme, Champion, all that. Zara, Forever 21, I think I mentioned that. Express, all that. Compared to when I was just wearing like Lacoste and Polo Ralph Lauren. So, yeah. On to the next shoe. Not really a shoe, but the Jordan Retro 13 Flint slides. Funny thing is, yes, the slides, I know that's such an Asian thing for me to buy, but I like wearing slides with black joggers and the black socks. I'm not wearing black socks, so I can't really show off how they look right now. But that's my whole thing. I would wear like an oversized hoodie, black joggers, black socks, and wear the slides with it. That was like my whole thing. And I got these because I didn't know that they dropped. I was looking all over the internet. I was like, oh, when did these drop? These look beautiful. Turns out they dropped around the same time that the Jordan 13. They dropped around the same time as the Jordan Retro 13 Flint, and I didn't put two and two together. So when I went shopping with my sister at the mall, we went to Finish Line, and I saw these. I was like, oh my god, I gotta have these. I want these. I wanted a contrast from my black and red slides that I will be showing in the next minute, but I wanted a contrast from wearing black and red slides to wearing white and blue slides. Here it is, the Jordan Retro 4 red slides. I think these are the bread or the fire red. I'm actually not sure what they're called. I got these as a gift from my mom's friend. I got these, I believe, my senior year of high school, my junior year. And I rarely ever wore these because I couldn't figure out an outfit to wear with these. Then again, I was constantly wearing polos, so I never got the chance to wear these until college, when I actually started buying into like my own clothes for myself, and I ended up getting the style that fits, you know, wearing these kind of slides, obviously with the black joggers, black socks, and the oversized hoodie. And I would wear these frequently with the red Supreme bandana logo hoodies that you see in one of my videos. I believe it's the Envision guitar playthrough. So I know it's kind of weird for a guitarist, musician, to talk about their shoe and slide collection, but you know, I can't come up with any better content than this. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, guys. The Blackout 29s. These are the ones that I wore almost every day of my freshman year. And I like these because of the all black, obviously. And I was like the emo kid. I wasn't the emo kid, but I was like dressing as one. That was like my aesthetic. And, you know, here they are. They are super beat up. I mean, look at this. I can't wear these anymore. These don't fit anymore. because they're size 8 and I wear size 9.5 now. And I also replaced the shoelaces because the shoelaces were super frayed. And I bought these off Amazon. The problem is they're too long. But I also wanted the ones with the chrome aglet. And it's a shame that I can't wear these anymore because they are super nice. But they're super torn up. I tried super gluing the back on, but I don't wear these anymore, and I just keep them out of sentimental value. And that's my thing. I'm not selling any of my Jordans. I'm keeping these purely out of sentimental value. So yeah, that's like my whole thing. I'm not getting rid of my Jordans. Shoes that I wore for my graduation and for fancy stuff. Calvin Klein, just, you know, dress shoes. I don't wear these much, but, you know, I don't really have an occasion to wear them, but I think they're pretty nice. I don't know what these are. I know they're Air Maxes. I don't know if they're the 95 Zoom Airs, but I got these because my old pair is the 97s, I believe. Blackout 97s. I'll try and show a picture up here, but I needed a replacement because they were tearing apart, and when I asked my dad to help me look for a pair of shoes that, you know, last really long for work, he didn't even answer my question. I look in the group chat with my family to find out that he bought these and then shipped them to my address. I was like, Dad, can you just tell me a good place to get cheap shoes for work? Because these were for work. And he said, no. Gotta look good at work. Gotta look good at work. And now I use these for whenever I do weightlifting and I work out. But yeah, this is pretty much like my workout shoe and my work shoes. The last Jordan. I don't know what these are called. These are the carbon fiber 1 lows. I saw the highs for the carbon fiber, and I actually didn't like them. I didn't like them. So with the highs, everything was carbon fiber. This part was carbon fiber. This part was carbon fiber. I think the tongue was carbon fiber as well, like some part of it, except for the toe cap. I didn't like that, and everything else was white. And they made the entire like all black part of the shoe carbon fiber. I would have bought them, but I lean towards these because of the all black, and I think they look really nice, especially the carbon fiber on the swoosh. And these are also the shoes that my mom convinced me to buy, because these were like the ones she wanted me to buy immediately. She saw them, told me to go buy them because they look really nice. And my dad was actually against buying these because he said to save my money for better things, save them. And my mom convinced me to buy these because you're young, live your livelihood, don't worry about saving, just buy whatever you like, just buy whatever you want, just buy it. You can worry about saving your money later, but don't look years down from now worrying about, I never got to buy these Jordans. You can save money, you can't save time. So when I bought these were immediately her favorite compared to my Ferrari 14s and my Air Flight 1 Stealth Red, because she really liked any pairs of shoes that I owned that were like all red, or not all red, that had like red on them, because red is her favorite color. But for her to say that these were her favorite, I was actually really surprised. Now let's talk about shoes that I had from before, but I ended up getting rid of them. Let's talk about shoes that I got rid of, like sold, and gave to my cousins, but they aren't here with me, so I'm just going to talk about them and maybe show pictures if I can find some good photos. My Balenciaga sock sneakers, all black. Basically, I wanted a pair of Balenciaga sock sneakers because I thought they looked really nice. And I sold them because I wanted the 2.0s and I didn't like the all black. I'm sorry, I didn't really like the all black. It didn't really fit my aesthetic. I don't know how to describe it, I just didn't like them. so I ended up selling them. Obviously the Wolf Grade 3s that I mentioned before, I'll quickly show a picture right here, and then moving on. I believe I had the 8s, I don't remember what they were called because I had them in middle school, but I actually barely wore them. I wore them like 3 times. And I didn't wear them too much because obviously in middle school we had a uniform. I like matching my outfits. And there's a black polo with like white like parts of it, like on the collar every now and then, and a purple star in the middle, or like not in the middle, but on like where like most logos go, with black slacks or khakis. And the 8s were some sort of black and gray and really bright baby blue, and I never wore them. I wore them like a few times, then I gave them to my sister, and ironic enough, that's the only shoe that she didn't sell. Obviously the original version of my stealth red Air Flight 1s that I'm glad I have back, but you know, it is what it is. I guess she really needed the money, I don't mind it, but I'm glad I was able to buy those back. I did have a Retro 11, and they aren't like the Concorde or the Space Jams that you guys might be thinking about. I had the elephant print, I don't remember what they were called, but they were lows and I didn't like them because I think they're called the low 4 IE. Basically they were all white, they had elephant print, and they yellowed really badly on the bottom, and like the tongue has like the blue Jumpman logo. I don't know how else to describe the shoe. I don't know what they're called like by the color wave, but here it is. I'll try and look for a picture of it, and then moving on. I had 2 pairs of Jordan Retro 4s that I wore a lot, but 1, I don't wear them as much as I used to. 2, I can't take care of them. And 3, I'm really bad at picking out outfits for them. One of them was the white and red. They're not called Fire Red, but I believe they're called the Chicago Red Jordan Retro 4s. They're still in great condition. I didn't beat them up too bad. Like the only beat up part was like the yellowing on this part, and maybe the bottom, maybe the soles. Other than that, they were in great condition. I gave them to my dad, he restored them, and I asked him to keep them because they're not my thing. Crazy enough that people were telling me to not give them to my dad. Like my friends and family were telling me not to give them to my dad, because I didn't know like how important those Chicago Red 4s are, and I didn't care because 1, at the time I wasn't a sneakerhead. 2, I just didn't care. I didn't like the color. The white and red wasn't my thing. And then I had a pair of Dunk From Above 4s. The Dunk From Above were navy blue and yellow, and again, people treated it as one of the most important 4s next to the white cements and the breads. I didn't wear them that much. I wore them with like a few of my darker colored like blue outfits, but I didn't really wear them too much because I didn't know how to style dark blue and yellow. It's such a weird colorway for me, and I just couldn't figure out how to like do a color match on the outfit. So I got rid of them and gave them to my dad, and he didn't really have to do too much restoring because I also didn't beat them up. Ironic enough, the white cements are the ones that I beat up. Wow, perfect timing. My camera ran out of storage, and I'm currently uploading my other videos, my clips up to my Google Drive to transfer to my laptop to, edit them. So luckily, I ran out of time on perfect time. And I don't know how to finish, these kind of videos. I'm not a vlogger. I'm not a look at me kind of person. So, see ya. Please don't watch my videos. I make really bad videos. Like my content is complete trash. See ya.